our show, it's our Hands Across the Ocean special. I've got stars from America.
USA! USA! USA!
And stars from Britain.
Hello.
Let's start the show! Tonight, not just those 4 stars. Later in the show, we'll be joined by Sir David Attenborough, ladies and gentlemen. Yes! Sir David! There's Sir David there, just securing his 2-for-1 cinema tickets. What's happened to those animals? It's so good. Everyone loved the series Life on Earth, where David met gorillas in their natural habitat. Now, gorillas are expert communicators, and apparently they had a subtle way of letting David know when they'd had enough of being filmed. We hear you. Let's get the guests on! Later, we'll have music from All-American export L. King. But first, as Dr. House MD, he was the most watched star in the world. Now he's back on the BBC in the new Le Carré thriller, The Night Manager. It's Hugh Laurie, everybody! Peep Show, 2012, The Iron Lady, and Broadchurch, and one of the country's best-loved actresses. It's Olivia Colman, ladies and gentlemen! Yay! Look at you! It's like a street makeover. You look fabulous. You join the co-star. Right, he's the most successful stand-up comedian in America and a fully-fledged movie star. Now he's in the sequel to the smash hit Ride Along. It's Kevin Hart, everybody! He's the godfather of gangster rap turned Hollywood heavyweight. His films have grossed almost $2 billion. Straight out of Compton, it's Ice Cube! Oh, everyone good? Yay! Yay! Now, the weird thing is, Ice Cube, we could be related. Because, apparently, there's some Irish stock in your past.
No. I mean, it could be. You never know.
No, but you have an Irish name.
Do I?
No shade.
Oh, no shade. It's an Irish name.
It couldn't be more Irish. Has no one told you that till now?
No. I've been told. But, you know, I think my mother just liked the name.
Okay, because it's your Christian name.
It's my... Yeah, I think.
Listen, let me educate you something. Black people are notorious for picking things that they saw one day and say, that's my baby name. That's all that was. That's all that was. Grandma was nothing. There was no amazing story behind it. I'd love to tell you, yes, it actually came from an Irish forefather that did this. That's not the case. His mother was reading the paper and she was eating some cereal and somebody in the back said, oh, Shay. She said, that'd be a good name for the baby. And that's it. That's how it happened.
But now, here's the thing. You are here promoting your movie, but Kevin, you're working at the same time. You're doing stand-up gigs.
Double dipping.
Yes.
Double dipping. Doing a ton of stand-up shows. My What Now tour is here as well. Major thank you to the UK fans. The tour sold out in like literally 2 days. So you guys are amazing. Way back when.
Wow.
We did that. And then after that, we came over here for promo. What Cube and myself love doing is really getting involved with the fans. You know, we love putting our feet in the street and really being active and interacting. So we've been doing a ton of pop-ups.
Yep.
Just delivering the movie, the best of our ability, which is live and in person.
And we're splitting all the tour money.
That is not true.
You got him here. You got him here.
And then I'm here.
Yeah, that's not true.
Yeah,
you know, he bum rushed my stage the other day.
Oh, did he?
And I tell him, he tackled me from the back, scared the living mess out of me. It was one of the most frightening moments of my life, to be honest.
I think we might have another frightening moment for you. This is you in Manchester. Now, do you even know the name of that show?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do.
What's it
I was
called?
the only black guy there that day.
Forever.
That's Coronation Street.
Well done. That's you you in Beverly California, but this picture, this looks like you've been photoshopped in. Are you really there?
Yeah.
Roy's rolls can't be that big.
First of all, it looks like I grew up there.
And Olivia, with Broadchurch, presumably your kind of level of recognition has gone up. You must get recognised all the time now.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Oh, I know where you're going, yes.
Yes. Well, that, do tell them.
I hope my mum's not watching. But, there was a slight road rage incident. And, you know those crossings where they're absolutely... I don't know if it's the same rules apply, but they're not staggered, they're straight crossroad thing. You know what I mean? I mean, you're
I have
turning
no
right.
idea what you're talking about, but
Okay.
keep going.
So you turn right, you have to turn in front of each other, not behind each other on a staggered crossing. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Does anyone know what I mean? You see it?
So
No,
you're
don't.
basically here. Okay, and you've got to go behind each... No, you've got to go in
but I
front
had
of
to
each...
go in front because it was
You had to go in front
equal
of each other.
thingy, yes.
Okay.
So this woman was coming towards me and wanting to go right, her right, and I was going right. So I turned to go in front of her, and she went... And as if I had tried to drive into her. And I thought, OK, well, there's no one else coming, so I'll just... To keep her happy, I'll do what's wrong, but I'll go behind her. And she was doing that in the car. And it was starting to really piss me off, because I was right, and I was helping her out. And then I suddenly got this red mist. Just as our cars were coming next to each other, I suddenly went, "Fuck yeah." And just as she was doing that, she went, "Ah."
And now, you, Laurie, straight out of Oxford, you have had some rap experience.
I think you may have been misinformed there. I
No,
wouldn't
no,
claim-
we've got evidence.
Well now.
Have you started?
Yes, yeah, that's the opening line. By the way, take it from there. Well now. It's called Well Now. I dabbled.
Yes, it was you and Stephen Fry.
Yeah.
And what was it actually called?
It was called I'm a good ass mother liker. Yeah.
Sound like a
You
hit.
see, we
Yes, it was nice, polite rap.
Yeah,
it was polite English rap.
rap.
We've got a little clip, just,
Oh,
so,
no,
just so
you
you can enjoy it.
Oh, no, you haven't.
Yes, here's you, Laurie, doing his polite rap.
I'm a good ass mother liker.
Everything was hot except the pants.
Oh, yeah. The pants was off.
Everything else was great.
First of all, in the camera.
1985. for
In the
God's sake.
camera,
I mean,
this
your
was
swag is on 1,000 right now.
Now, the guys are here because they've got the sequel to Ride Along, entitled Ride Along 2.
Yes. Good job, Graham. You nailed that. You nailed that. Yeah.
I've got the facts, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it opens here tonight, but of course, it's already opened in America. Huge hit, knocked Star Wars off the top of the tree,
Yeah.
all that. So what is the premise of the movie?
The premise of the movie, I play a crack detective out of Atlanta, and I have this bug, mosquito, by the name of Kevin Hart.
That's not.
He wants to marry my sister. So, you know, it's the whole thing of, you always hate the guy that wants to marry your sister. So, you know, I hate
That's a
him over
strong
here.
word. You dislike me.
And I'm trying to scare him from not being a cop by taking him on a ride along, and it doesn't work because he ends up helping me solve the case.
There's a lot of stuff that happens on that ride. I mean, you're looking at a relationship with two guys. That's a grounded, genuine relationship. You know, my character, Ben Barber, aspires to be what James is. And what means the most to me is this man's approval. But getting that approval is tough. So along this road, it's about me proving myself above and beyond and eventually getting the attention of the guy that I look up to.
And reading interviews between you, it's unclear. Like, do you get on set, or do you genuinely kind of
That's
annoy
my
each
best
other?
friend.
Okay.
Say it. Say it. Come on, man. Say it. We in the UK. Say it. Let them know how you feel. Best friend touch. Come on, man. Come on, man. There it is.
But didn't he steal your catchphrase?
He always steals everything. You know, when people see me, they be like, yo, Q, yeah.
Hey. Do it. Good. I'm not going to say that.
So I say, hey, Q, yeah.
Hey.
That's so weak. weak. It has no flavor to it.
We're best friends.
We've got a clip for the movie, right along to. This is you guys trying to get into a party undercover, and your antagonism is barely concealed.
Prince Admiral Stephen Matumbe, Nigerian consul.
+2. My 2 servants.
I don't have you on the list.
Could you...
Check the VIP list. And do not look me in my eye. Don't look at me. You look at the pod. You read the names, and you look at me and you close your eyes. Look at me. Don't look at me. Look at me. That was a test. You failed.
You aren't on it.
All right, Stone, guys. AJ's on it.
Step aside, por favor.
Wait!
This is all your fault.
I'm your bodyguard, not your servant.
Hey! You are what I say you are!
Traditional sign of respect. Okay, try it now.
Check the list one more time.
There it is. It's a servant, the chiquitito. Head it right in.
I cannot feel my face.
Actually, we've got to mention, Straight Outta Compton. Congratulations, Oscar nominated. Best original screenplay.
Yes.
And obviously, because the Oscars have now got mired in this controversy this year. So where do you stand on all of that? Like, will you go? Are you going?
I never used to go anyway, so...
You're not boycotting.
You can't boycott something that you never went to anyway. That's kind of weird. Anyway, no, you know, it's I look at it as you know, like a horse race. You know what I'm saying? Once your horse lose the race, you tear up your ticket and go on and just back on out. You know, because it's nothing really to put that much energy into like that. It's we don't do movies for the industry. We do movies for the fans, for the people. And, you know, the industry, you know, if they give you a trophy or not, or pat you on the back or not, it's nice, but it's not something that you should dwell on. You know, we got accolades from all levels, you know, from our core fans, from our curious fans, from our fans or people who, you know, didn't even think they wanted to see that movie, you know. I think an older generation got an understanding on why we did that kind of music, and a younger generation got a history lesson, and we got so much praise for the movie, and it's like, how could you be mad because one other academy or guild or anybody didn't say it's the number one? You know, it's like, you know, it's crying about, you know, not having enough icing on your cake, and you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous.
Because you guys have both seen the movie, haven't you?
Yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I think, by the way, that's about the sanest description of this whole process of awards that I've ever heard. I mean, as a way of treating it, as a way of thinking about it, I think that's
And was the process of the making of the film, did it kind of rebuild bridges with the existing members of NWA? You all kind of good and...
Yeah, we were already cool. You know, it was water under the bridge by the time we started doing the movie. And it was great to get with everybody and hash up all those stories. And, no, that's not how it happened. Yeah, yeah. And, you know, and then going back and forth and creating a whole, you know, script. It was a load of work. It was a major process. A lot of cooks in the kitchen. But we got a nice meal out of it.
But you're getting back together, is that right? Are you going to play Coachella?
Well, we're gonna definitely play the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because NWA was inducted, and now. So that's great. And then, you know, I got Coachella. I'm gonna try to get all the guys together and do an amazing show.
I'll do it.
You know,
I'll do it. So you don't even have to ask. I'll do it.
And he's not joking, is he?
There for my friend.
And great and sort of extraordinary that your son did such an amazing job playing you.
I mean, that's what I'm most proud of. You know, more than having this movie, having Straight Outta Compton, this, that, and the other is the fact that my son was able to take an opportunity and run with it and hopefully set itself up in, you know, one of the greatest industries in the world. And, you know, I'm so proud just as a father. And, oh, yeah, you know, it was a movie about NWA, too. You know, that.
But also, like, how much did he know? Like, when he was doing scenes, was he like, you did this, Dad?
Yeah. In the hotel rooms, you know, some of them scenes, he's like, man, y'all took guns? Y'all did, man, y'all was doing the most. Like, yeah, those was your favorite scenes, too.
But he did know it. I mean, because how old was he when he knew the lyrics to Straight Outta Compton?
Oh, they was young, man. You know, my kids is 2, 3 years old. I mean, it's playing all the time. And, you know, they would rap it and censor themselves, you know, just, they would, like, rap the lyrics Straight Outta Compton, crazy name Ice Cube from the, with profanity, you know what I mean? So, it's just funny.
And now, you, Laurie, you've got kids, but none of them have followed in your footsteps, have
No. No, they haven't. I mean,
they have proper jobs?
They all did. They have proper jobs, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They all did a bit. They all tried it and were good at it, actually, I thought, but didn't want to. I just think it's an amazing thing to think of your son doing this, because you know, most men are in some version trying to play their father anyway. Mm-hmm. You know, either imaginary or real. They're trying to sort of play the role of their father until they find out, you know, if they ever do. Some don't, if they ever find out who they are. I think that's just an incredible thing. I mean, I had this is a very sort of mild version of it, because I spent almost 10 years playing a doctor, and my father was a doctor, and I felt like I was a fake version of what he really was, and I felt I was sort of constantly guilty about that. Because I think a lot of men do actually grow up feeling like that, feeling like fake versions of their own, and until you hopefully get to a point where you can think, well, I am the real thing in some form.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Whatever it is, it's real.
Because, Olivia, how many kids have you got now?
3.
3? Oh. So if one of them, or indeed all of them, came to you and said, yay, we're going to be an actor or actress, would you be thrilled, horrified?
I don't know, it's quite a hard thing to answer, because I love it. I love my job, but I know I've been lucky. So it'd be quite hard for my kids to go into it and be less lucky, or...
Yes.
So
you couldn't say, I'd like you to be a successful actor.
Yeah.
Teach
them to be lucky.
But they're also very clever. They're much cleverer than me, so... well, it's hard to know with the baby, but...
It doesn't walk into walls or anything, so it's good, yeah. Good, good.
Yeah, I'd like to think maybe they'll do something, you know, save people or change the world.
Oh,
no pressure.
And Kevin, do your kids, do they aspire to be a performer like you?
Oh yeah, I'm in trouble. My kids are just like me. They're cut. It's scary. It's so scary. Now my son is a little slower. My daughter is just like me. I can't. It's my son. I catch my son doing some of the stupid stuff. It's like, why are you looking at wall? Lick the wall, boy. I'm just playing. No, you're not playing. Licking the wall, son. Just go over there and just play with that stuff. My daughter is she's in love with what I do. She fully gets it. My daughter is 10 years old, and you know, I'm big on letting my kids see me in my work environment, whether it's on set, whether it's on stage, tour. I let them be around their dad so they can really understand what I do. My daughter sits, like when I'm on stage, I don't let them, they're only allowed to watch the first 7 to 10 minutes of my show, because that part's clean. Then it gets filthy. So the first 10 minutes, she just sits and she watches, and she mimics me in the house. And my daughter's got to type 5 minutes. Like, she's got to type 5. Right? She's like, Dad, introduce me. Like, she's got bits. She's got my mannerisms. She comes on stage. She's like, what do you do? What's your job? What's your name? It's scary. It's really scary.
Ice Cube had his son in his movie. Olivia Colman has gone one further, ladies and gentlemen, because in her new show, she had her daughter in the things like Russian dolls. And your mum plays a role. This is The Night Manager, the new series that you got her in.
In her?
Yeah,
in her.
I don't know. Okay.
You was nodding, going, okay.
It's a UK thing. I got it.
But they wrote the bump in.
Yeah, when I first went to meet the director, and I just found out I was pregnant, and I thought, I can't lie, because it's going to become obvious. And so I said I was pregnant, and Susanna went, oh, okay. So she said, I must talk to the producers, and so this is my impression of Susanna. Lucky she's not here, because then I can tell you it's really good.
Okay.
It is. It's absolutely spot on. Yeah.
And I was going, and if you remember Fargo, Frances McDormand was pregnant, and it really added to it. I think it would help. Sort of, fingers crossed. And they went away and came back and said, yeah, okay, we can do pregnant, yeah. Yeah, we're riding in, so...
And it was good, because you didn't have to carry a bag in front of yourself or baggy
I got
coats.
so big, there would have been no hiding it. And also I was waddling quite a lot. And Susanna once said, could you walk less pregnant? My pelvis was like that.
The Night Manager, coming out on BBC One next month.
See that? I look like someone, I've snuck into the back of shot. It's like a model shoot. Spherical being.
It's like when they left the paper cups on the mantelpiece in Downton.
She looks like she's back there fixing his suit. She's like a wardrobe person, like.
I wouldn't have noticed it if she didn't say it. But when she said it, I was like, it kind of does look
If anyone's watching in America, by the way, it's also on there. It's on BBC America and AMC. And I guess because of all that involvement, it looks amazing. It's got this huge budget, it looks like, for a TV show.
Yeah.
Americans do know how to make things look very good.
Yeah.
Really exciting.
And obviously, it's the famous John le Carré novel, but if people don't know, what can you tell us about it? Who do you play within the film?
I play, I'm proud to say, the worst man in the world. Ooh. We actually play sworn enemies. This is a sort of the angel of vengeance, and I am the worst man in the world. And we, let's say that, because there are no other actors here, let's say it's all about us.
Okay.
We wind up right at the end of the thing in a sort of a final confrontation between really good and evil. It's about arms dealing. It's about a conspiracy to pull off a very terrible arms deal with very terrible people. And Olivia's character sets about trying to undo the villain of the piece, the worst man in the world, which is me.
And why was... Because it's been changed. It wasn't a woman originally.
Yes, no, that's right. My character, Burr, was a man, and they thought Burr would be a good person to turn into a woman. I think you probably worked there more than me in that discussion.
I was a horse, my character. We could have a talking horse, or why don't we have a person?
There never are enough.
But you, Laura, you love this book.
Well, le Carré this is holy text for me. And I loved...
And you know him, right?
Well, yes, I would like to say now I do a little bit. I don't think he blanked me in the street.
But were you at his birthday party?
I did. I got taken. I got taken as Stephen Fry's date to his 70th birthday party at a restaurant in Hampstead. And at this party I don't quite know who these people were, because you're not supposed to know anyway, but there was something like the head of the CIA and the head of the KGB were at this dinner. Big cheeses anyway. Yeah. And the place was crawling with bodyguards, and there was a lot of earpieces, and people were packing.
Yeah.
And...
Thank you.
Yeah. Is this a captain? I think I know that spot.
I have the lingo. During the dinner, one of his sons sort of went whispering around the table. There was a piano in the room, and he went whispering around the table. He said, does anybody know how to play Happy Birthday? And I said, well, if no one else, yeah, I'll do it if you want. So they said, OK, you sneak over to the piano. No one's looking. You sneak over to the piano, sit down there. We'll signal the kitchen. They'll light the candles on the cake, and then they'll bring it in. You start playing it. OK, so I sort of snuck over. I sat down, and I lifted the lid like this, and I was all poised. And I could see the kitchen where they were lighting I could see them fussing over the cake. And they lit the candles, 70 of them, so I'll shorten that. And then the last thing they did, because obviously this was the restaurant's habit, the last thing they did before they brought out the cake was switch off the lights. So the place went dark, and there was just an eruption of guns and walkie-talkies. Nobody moved, everybody on the floor, and I had a sort of like... honestly, I am literally just a piano player. But order was restored, nobody died. It was a really exciting moment. But it also shows you the respect in which le Carré is held in the world of spying and, you know, intelligence.
Well, we've got a clip, but it's more of a kind of a taster of the whole series. So here it is.
War is spectator sport. What do you want, Miss Bird?
I want to make you an offer. Bring down Richard Roper. I want to put you inside his operation. You'll be in so deep, you'll worry that you'll never get out.
My name's Pine. I'm the night manager. I think he might be playing both sides. We need Richard Roper. I'm going to get you out of here.
And you think you're safe? We're pulling you out.
Without me, you don't have an operation. You step out of line. It makes you howl for your mother.
The last time she was on, she was promoting a film. She didn't know who she was playing in the film. It was finished. It was in the cinema.
Yeah, it was a long time after we'd filmed.
You might have checked before you came on a chat show.
I didn't know how honest she is about it. I have no idea. I don't know. Some people are smart.
I don't know why they also, because contractually, no offence, but we were sort of asked to come and
All right, fine, thank you.
I love you too.
She doesn't mean that.
I don't mean that. I don't, oh, God. You see, why,
She doesn't
why
want
do they
to
say...
be here then.
That's not true. I love Graham. But I do wonder why they asked me to do it. I don't help, do I?
I keep thinking she's never been in one of my films.
Oh, she's good.
I like her.
Thank you very much. I like you.
My next guest. He's been on our screens for 65 years. And now, on the eve of his 90th birthday, he's back at the beam with a new natural history special. Please welcome broadcasting legend, Sir David Attenborough. Hello, sir. How are you? So nice to see you. Come in, sit down. Sit, everybody. Oh. Very nice to have you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
You've said hello, you've met everybody.
I've been
you,
listening
Kevin
to
Hart.
you all. Laughing like anything.
You've met before, have you, Olivia?
Twice. But, oh, I'm so embarrassed that I was so excited to meet you. Well, I didn't really meet you. I just sort of stumbled into you and went, oh, I think you're amazing. You were very polite, and then I realised I should leave, and then I did it a second time. At a different occasion.
So, third time lucky. There you go. Yeah. Friends now. Friends. Now, this new special, Attenborough and the Giant Dinosaur. It's on the Sunday, BBC One, 6:30. And it's extraordinary that these discoveries, really amazing discoveries, are still being made. Why had this not been discovered before?
I suppose it's comparatively rare. They lived in a rather remote place. They lived in Patagonia, right at the far end of South America. You know, dinosaur fossils aren't all that common. And a local a man who had a big estancia, a sheep run, saw this enormous bone sticking out of the cliff. And he told local people, and eventually a paleontologist, a fossil expert, came along. He said, yeah, it's a dinosaur. And not only is it a dinosaur, it's a very, very big dinosaur. And that particular bone was the thigh bone, this one, and it's 9 feet tall, 3 meters tall. So it's huge, this animal.
It's incredible. I tell you what, before we talk about it some more, because talking about it doesn't really convey the size of it, so we've got a clip from the show that conveys just how big these things were.
The first sauropods to appear on Earth were comparatively small creatures. This is the cast of the thigh bone of one of them. It's not even as big as my thigh bone. But after about 20 million years, some had become pretty big. This is a thigh bone from one of those creatures. But then, after that, our giant appeared. This is its thigh bone.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
You know the dinosaur that's in the Natural History Museum?
Yeah.
Diplodocus. It fills the entrance hall, you know?
Yeah.
This one is half as big again, the new one.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Wow. And what is more, old Diplodocus, the one in the Natural History, could walk underneath this one's belly.
And how many? Because they didn't just find one of these. It wasn't like a freak. It wasn't like, oh, he's very tall for his age. I mean, there were a lot of these guys.
Well, there must have been, because otherwise there wouldn't have been any more. If you said there were
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm with
but
you.
actually, it so happened, this particular deposit where they found those bones, there are the remains of 7 different individuals, all of the same kind. So they're all whoppers.
Yeah. And now, in your own house, you have some...
No, I don't have one in my
No,
house.
you don't. Yeah. But no, you do have some dinosaur
I've got
things.
the occasional thing.
Like, what have you got? What have you got?
What do you want?
Well, I don't know. You've got a dinosaur... Is it a footprint you've got?
I've got a dinosaur footprint.
Okay.
Footprints, dinosaur footprints are quite common in Texas. You can buy 100 yards of dinosaur footprints.
Kevin Hart's shopping already.
I was about to ask the price for that thigh bone. I know what I want to do with my money. This is something good to show off to my friends.
There was a Texas millionaire that came the fashion to buy 50 yards of dinosaur footprint and put them in your garden, you see. And a Texas millionaire...
So jealous now. Kevin Hart, so jealous.
Bought 20 yards and laid them out, and I'm very proud of it, and then invited the next door neighbour, who was also a millionaire, to come over and look at his dinosaur footprint. So the visitor came in, saw these immense footprints around and said, "My God, what are those?" And he said, "They're dinosaur footprints." And the millionaire's visitor said, "I had no idea they'd come so close to the house."
Now, I don't want to embarrass you, but we have to mention, you do have quite a large birthday very, very soon.
Yes.
It's, what, 90? We can say it. It's 90. It's a thing to be celebrated. So, how is it... I mean, how is it going to be marked personally? How is it going to be marked by the BBC? What's happening?
I would like to ignore the whole issue. The BBC is talking now about doing some kind of programme. I don't know what, but they're going to do something.
They'll have to do something.
Oh, something.
Yes, they will.
A cake.
And you, Laurie, could play Happy Birthday.
I will.
Yes. Okay, it's time for music. Now, this Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter is destined for great things. Here, singing her hit single, X's and O's, please welcome Elle King.
But they never wanna leave. But they never wanna leave. X's and the O's, they on me. Like the O's still want me. To me, they want my X's and the O's, they on me. Like the O's still want me. To me, they want X's and
Are you good? There you go, my dear. You got your school. You got your school. That's you, Laurie.
Thank you.
Olivia.
So nice to meet you.
Is that
Hi, nice to meet you.
This is
Love that
Ice
bass
Cube.
line. Oh, my God.
This is David
So nice to meet you.
Attenborough.
Oh, my goodness.
No, everyone sit down, sit down, sit down.
Do you want to take your seat first?
Okay. I offered to take it. I thought you might want to be part of the... I don't
Oh,
know.
see, I just automatically think it's like, oh, he's
Yes,
being mean. He
don't-
wants my seat.
When I'm in the back of a car. I'll sit in the middle, I don't mind. No. Well, we must tell the people that is from the album Love Stuff.
Yeah.
Which, and where did the name come from?
A sex shop in Florida.
There you go.
Anyone familiar?
Yep. Yes, I am.
Can I just say that I'm a huge, huge, huge fan, and Express Yourself was the first rap song that I learned every word to.
Oh, wow.
and
Oh, you're talking to Q. Sorry. It's a mix-up. Sorry. Clear. Got it.
I'm so sorry. I
Go
know
ahead.
my eyes are so
Yeah,
big.
got it. Go ahead.
Wide-eyed.
Sorry.
It was my first, favorite hip-hop song ever, and I've been a crazy hip-hop fan ever since, so it's awesome to be really close to you.
Man, it's awesome. Your song was crazy. We was over here just nodding our head. That bass line
That's
is
what we're
sick.
talking about, the bass line.
Yeah.
We like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Thank you.
That's how you get the black people with a strong bass. That's how you get us.
And now, you are a fan, I know you're particularly a fan of Sir David Attenborough.
I am. Hi.
Are you?
Yeah.
Fine.
But no, because you are a big animal lover. You've, like, I know collecting animals is a weird phrase
No,
to
don't
use.
make me sound crazy. People think I'm crazy enough. No, I've rescued a lot of animals. I found a lot of animals home.
Crazy!
I only have 3 dogs right now. It's fine.
But over the years, you've rescued the things that didn't sound like they needed rescuing.
They did to me.
A rat?
That rat was amazing.
But did it need rescuing?
I know. I see your eyes. Someone told me that you have a terrifying rat story.
I don't care for them.
They're like unbelievably smart, though.
I've been sitting on a loo in India, and a rat comes up.
Oh my God.
It's not attractive.
And are you going to be over here for a while now, promoting and stuff?
What day is it? I don't know.
It's Friday now.
Oh, it is Friday. Well, every day's Friday, right?
Yeah, on this show it is.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. It's Friday. Listen, just before we go, we've got time for a visit to the big red chair, so let's do it. Who's there? Hello!
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
Tony.
Tony. Lovely, Tony.
Nice to speak to you, Graham.
It's good, Tony. What do you do?
I work in a secondary school, teacher, Graham.
Oh, yes. A specific subject?
No, I work with mainly now behaviour, with all the little rascals.
All right. Does anyone think Tony isn't a real person?
Absolutely real.
On you go with this story, Tony.
Yeah, what happened was, it was about 5 years ago, and we've just gone back to school in January. I've got my new suit. I always like to get a new suit for the new year.
Of course.
And, yeah, naturally. And what's happened is, I've gone into the canteen as normal, because I always like to eat with the pupils and then go out on duty. So I've gone down, it's my favourite, there's a little roast dinner. So I've gone into the queue, nice little bit of lamb, roast potatoes, greens, gravy. And I thought to myself, because normally I don't get an after, so I thought I'll have a little after, a little bit of apple pie custard. Lovely, so I've got that, got me little tray, walk round where you go to get the forks and knives, and as I've gone round, there must have been a bit of water. I didn't see the water. The old foot's gone. I thought, shit, I'm going over. And it went in slow motion. I can still remember it. It was slow motion, and I've got the tray. I'm thinking I've got to hold that tray. I've gone over. My back's hit the floor. The tray's gone over. I've got gravy, custard, apple pie, and a little bit of lamb. And as I've looked up through the gravy and the custard, I can see 100 teenagers going, "Sir's gone over." Sir's gone over. And that's my story, Graham.
Oh, you can let you walk. Do you think Tony was real?
I didn't understand one word he said.
I had me tuna, me gravy, me custard.
There was no tuna. There was no tuna. Well done, everyone. If you'd like to join us on the show and have a go in the red chair, you can contact us via our website at this very address. And that's it for tonight. So please say a huge thank you to my guests tonight. Elle King, everybody. Hugh Laurie. Olivia Colman. Kevin Hart. Ice Cube. And Toby Jones and Catherine Zeta-Jones, ex-One Directioner Zayn Malik, movie star Ryan Reynolds, and the one and only Will Smith. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody.